Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Oh wow. As you can see, I'm kind of in good spirits because I've moved. As you can see, this is my new home. I have my own view of the Alps, and yeah. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that mountain is fake, but I can explain it. Okay. I do actually live next to a mountain, which is amazing, right? You think so? But what if that mountain was covering the whole of your window, and basically you don't get much sunlight out of that? Will it be that cool? No. So that's why I asked ChatGPT to create me a nice mountain, and I also have a really nice glass ceilings, which are kind of more suitable for what I had in mind. But reality sometimes collapses. Okay, all right. So enough of this silliness. All right, let's get started. I'm going to go straight to it. I've created a YouTube channel automatically using generative AI, and of course Python, and also Blender. So I started this during the Christmas holidays. Okay, let me be honest. Wait a bit. I started before the Christmas holidays, and I finished over the Christmas holidays. So my motivation was mainly I had to study for AWS certifications, and I love studying. Honestly, I do love studying. But I thought, why not just use this as an excuse for me to do some machine learning, some generative AI, and some Python? Why not? So since ChatGPT does it all now, why not just have ChatGPT generate a whole bunch of content, and then I can just write some simple Python script that generates a full a video with a quiz. How hard can it be? Really, it's simple, right? Because if you also have ChatGPT, you can just ask it to write code for you, and all I have to do is just drink my coffee and enjoy Christmas. Okay, it went nothing like that. So I had the worst time ever using Blender. I'll explain later why. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to now. First, I'm going to show you what I've achieved in the channel, and then I'll go into details on how this was implemented, and also I will go into detail of some of the lessons I learned from this endeavor. All right, this is the channel dashboard. The name was the only thing I created myself, and I've called this channel AWS Quizzes by AI, just to make it completely clear that none of the content here was created by hand. And yeah, that was something I've put there. The logo, the description, the keywords, everything, I've generated everything with ChatGPT with very little changes, if any. Okay, so the content I also generated with ChatGPT. So you can see here I've already created 10 videos, and these 10 videos were generated by Python, Blender, and with the content from ChatGPT. So let's just open one of them, and they're all kind of similar, right? So I'm not going to show all the quizzes. You can see the initial animation that was created with Adobe After Effects. And then the second part of the video was created with the Python script. The animations that you see here, all of them were done via Blender. Okay. So the sounds were downloaded from the YouTube library. And you can see this is completely dynamic, right? So there's more videos, and they are the same template, but just different content, okay? So I can create hundreds of these eventually. I just don't want to create a bunch of content without reviewing all of it. At the end, I will also do a live demo on how you can generate easily more content and upload new videos to this channel in seconds. Now let's go into details on how I've accomplished all of this. Right, I've opened After Effects just to show you the animation I created. This was an animation I created after following a few tutorials on YouTube. It's really easy to do, and yeah, it did the job. Okay, so I'm going to now show you the Blender animation. I've opened Blender, and here you have the animation, which is the second part of the quiz. You know, the first part is just the intro, which I did in After Effects. It's always the same, and the dynamic part is the one I've done in Blender. I'm going to press the space bar so the animation will start running. It should be starting. Yeah, it's starting. You can see the question, then you can see the multiple choices, and then you can see this funny circle going around the screen. That was my solution for coming up with a progress bar around the edge. You don't see the circle in animation when it's rendered because the camera is limited to the proportions of a mobile screen. So this background is just a little bit smaller than a mobile screen so that the pink will come up. That was my solution after many hours figuring out how to do a progress bar around the edge of the screen. Let's now go into some detail on how I've managed to create this animation. Okay. So initially I tried to use only Python to create these animations, but I quickly found out that it just didn't work, right? Because if you just rely on the Python API that Blender gives you, a lot of the issues come when you try to use measurements, right? For example, to make sure the text fits in the text box, or to make sure that the text boxes are on top of each other. Also, it's something that's not straightforward at all in Blender, is to create a background color, right, like I have here. And also it's not easy to create this outline around the box when, for example, the answer is correct. Okay, so it took me a considerable amount of pain to realize that I needed to find a better way to do this in Blender. So I went through a few YouTube videos, and I realized that my only solution would be to use geometry nodes. Okay, and what are geometry nodes? Geometry nodes are like a visual language which allows you to create complex objects and even adds state flow control to your modeling. You know, like you can create a switch, and you can just have that switch switch off parts of your model. So you, for example, you can, you know, you could use it to open a door, close a door, do some really complex things. And it turns out that actually I had to use a switch as well, because as you can see here, my animation changes state. You know, when, for example, at the end of the quiz we want to show the correct answers, we change the state to show to highlight the correct answer. And if I go into one of these boxes, you'll see in the geometry nodes I created, where is it? I can't even see. Okay, yeah, you can see it here, right? This very messy geometry node representation. You can see there is a node here called, where is it? Highlight text. Okay, and this highlight text, if it's false, it will not show anything, and then if you set it to true, it will show a highlight in green. Yeah, but like right now I'm not fixing the value here because it comes from a variable, because with geometry nodes you can also have inputs, and then you can change those inputs. Initially I was trying to write Python code to create a representation of these geometry nodes, but it's not worth it. I mean, like, it's such a mess. So you can see here, this is a very simple graph that creates this circle that you see here. Okay, and if I show you the code that generates that, you'll see that. Okay, let's just search for it. Okay, so this is the method. Okay, no, this is the method being called, and then you can see all this Python, it's creating the nodes and then creating the connections between the nodes. Then I have another example which creates the background box that is around the text, and that's the more complex geometry node, and you can see there's like a couple of hundred lines of codes for that. And this code is not really special, right? All it's doing is creating the nodes, connecting them to each other, setting up the inputs, and that's about it. It's very repetitive code. This is not something you're going to enjoy doing. So luckily I found a plugin in Blender that allows me to take, for example, this graph here. I can just, there's a panel here which is already open, but I can close it so you see how to get. So I install this add-on, yeah, and then I can easily create the geometry nodes here once. Then I just have to export it, and it allows me to copy the code to the clipboard, and then I just paste them here and make some very minor changes, and then yeah, off you go. Of course, every time you need to make some changes to your geometry nodes, so I just go back to Blender, I generate the code again, yeah, make the change, and then I generate the code again. Okay, let me briefly explain to you how the code is structured. So I have 3 Python files. The first Python file is the Blender quiz animation.py. This generates the animation Blender. It uses a CSV file which is used throughout by the other 2 scripts as well, and this CSV file contains the questions. Okay, then there's a second file which is used after we generate the animations with Blender, and this composes videos. We'll take the animation generated by Blender and it will add the intro which I created in After Effects, and also will add the sound. Okay, it uses FFmpeg. It's a very like it's not very complicated code, but then when you look at some of the parameters I had to pass to FFmpeg, it's a bit it's not straightforward, and I actually tried to use as much as possible like ChatGPT, and you know, like I had to go to Stack Overflow still to get the right parameters. I was able to do the composition of the 2 video files. It's not as straightforward as I thought to actually merge 2 video files together, but at the end I was able to do it. Then we have the third file, and this is a YouTube script mainly, right? This Python script will just take the video. It takes metadata also from the quiz file, so I'm also reading the CSV, and then and this uploads the video into YouTube, then adds a title, a description, and also adds some keywords which you will notice I've hard-coded them here. Why not? I think at this stage I'm just prototyping, but you know, and the keywords are normally always the same, so I added it here instead of just reading from the CSV. In the future, right, once I'm doing more than just one channel, I will add this into a proper variable, put it somewhere as data as well. Okay, yeah, so these are the 3 main files. Okay, so I have here the prompt that I use for ChatGPT to generate all my my questions and the answers, and you can see here it gave me a very nice formatted table with everything that I need. Okay, and all I had to do was copy and paste into an Excel, and then I converted this into a CSV from Excel. Okay, so I'm going to try and do the same again, but this time I want to focus on some certain topic. Well, I'm just going to input this for now just to make sure it still works. So I'm going to ask it for 10 questions instead of 20. Okay, so it's going to create me a bunch more questions. I don't know if they are the same or not as the ones that I had before. They seem to be unique, but the point is I just wanted to make sure that this prompt works, and now I'm going to try and add something new. Please use the following documentation for AWS RDS as reference for any questions you provide. No question that you ask should be based on your prior knowledge. You should always reference the documentation link here. Okay, this is something I never tested before, so it's going to go well, I'm sure. Let's just try it. The point is, right, in a real scenario, you don't want to just random questions. You want to focus on the topic. You want ChatGPT to look at the actual documentation, because you never know what knowledge he has beforehand. It might be out of date. But yeah, this can be a little bit flaky for sure. I'll be lucky if this works first time. But it's good to try. Okay. Okay, so it has decided to give me some multiple choice questions. Okay, RDS. Okay, I guess this will be a bit, I'm not sure if the questions are any good, but yeah, but they are there. Just need to see if there's more. Oh, okay, so option A, B, C, D, there's title, there's an answer, but only okay. Okay, this is not a bad start, right? I could actually take these questions now, review them, make sure they are correct, and then you know, decide to use them or not. Okay, it has even links for the documentation, which is quite nice. Okay, all right, so I think I can use this. So I'm going to copy and paste this. Right, so now I have new questions, and I'm going to just generate the Blender animations for that. So I have to open a Git bash. I don't normally use PowerShell or anything like that. So to generate the videos, I'm going to run Python, compose videos. So I'm going to try question number 21. And you can see it's going to generate question 21. You should take a couple of minutes, a little bit more. And I'll speed up this part of the video just for your sake. Okay, it's completed now, so let's see if it worked. So I can look in the output folder here. I have a few folders. So the animation, I have some, in the past I had some misspelling. I don't think that's still a problem. So you can see here all the animations that were generated in the past, and I can see that 21 is there now, which is something we didn't have before. It's in AVI format. I will open the animations just for you to see it without everything else on top. You can see the new animation, 21 is here. The animation. And it has the question, what is Amazon RDS primarily used for? Okay, and let's see if the okay, yes, B is the correct answer. Okay, Cool, it worked, right? The animation is there, okay? We also have something that I always generate, just in case I want to modify anything, it can happen. I have the Blender file, I generate a file with everything in place. And you can see also the animation here. Yeah, same. All right, so this is for debugging, for understanding when something is broken. You can fix it here, but it's not actually needed because we already have the video. Yeah, this output folder. Then you can see that there's a MP4, and this is where you can find the new quiz. Okay, so this is the quiz with everything put together. Okay, and it has sound as well. You can hear it. I can hear it, but I don't know if you can. Okay, this is all good, and I can upload that to YouTube. Okay, right. Yay, it's time now to go to the YouTube part. All right, so now all I have to do is to type Python YouTube upload video.py, and then I pass the parameter minus question, and I specify the number of the question I want to upload. In this case, it's going to be question 21. It's going to show me a consent screen, basically to select my YouTube account. I'm going to actually skip over that, and then you'll see that the video will be uploaded. Okay, as you can see, the video was successfully uploaded. It gave it an ID as well. So I'm going to just go and check now the dashboard and see if the video is there. Right, so I'm in the channel dashboard. Let's go into content, and we should be able to see the new video there. Yeah, you can see 21 here. So the new quiz has the title, and then it has a description, which is just basically the question, and then we can see here as well the quiz, and should have everything that we saw. All the sound is there. It's all good. Yeah, it's all done. So I could just publish this, and no problems, right? So I'm going to publish this video. I kind of set everything to private by default, even though I could automatically publish it. It just gives me an opportunity to review it. Public, done. I can schedule as well, depending on what kind of strategy I have for YouTube. Okay, it's better to publish videos every day rather than all in one go. Okay, it's saved already. I thought I saved it. Okay, no, it's not my focus. Okay, saved. Right, done. It's published now. I'm going to make so much money now. I can just flood YouTube with lots of shirts on AWS. And you know what? Guess who you'll find if you search for AWS quizzes on YouTube in the near future? I'm not going to give you a prize if you know the answer, if you know what I mean. Alright, joking aside, I hope you see the potential of generative AI when combined with coding, and I think I'm not going to end here with this idea. I want to take this further. I'm going to extend the script to create tutorials that I can just publish as a short, something very simple based on Jupyter notebooks, and then see how difficult it gets. Yeah, if I get somewhere with that idea, I will definitely talk about that on my next video or two. Okay, but until then, please tell me, right? Share with me any ideas you might have that you would like to create. Just add a comment, go into this video and post a comment, ask questions if you want, or also share about your own ideas that you have for generative AI. And I'm pretty sure that many of those ideas are going to be awesome ideas. So I hope you found this video useful. If you like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button so that more people can discover this video. Also stimulates me to create more content if I see people like this type of content. And yeah, until then, I'll see you again in the next video, and happy coding!